Everyone, I just want to make a quick video about a very common exercise that I see done wrong a lot. So we've all kind of seen these bands, whether they're fabric, they're thicker, they're skinnier, harder, whatever. And a common kind of exercise prep done on the side of a track in the parking lot of a ski lot, maybe it might be your knee rehab, is something that looks like this. So it's kind of this butt back, taking these steps side to side. So I just wanted to go over a few of the mistakes that I see with this so that this exercise can benefit you the most. So first thing that we see a lot is the knees stay in. So especially with the band around the knees, I'll see people do this and make this shape as they step out. So the point of this is actually to get these glute meats stronger, which are up here. If we're doing this, we're actually kind of caving in to those lateral hip muscles. And so we're not getting anything. If anything, we're actually kind of making our knee problem worse if we're doing the exercise this way. This can also be done. I see people put it on their ankles. And again, there's different reasons why we put it in different places. It's not so important, but the same thing. If this is happening where you're kind of stepping out, but the knee is staying in the same place, we're not getting a ton out of this exercise. What we want to see, whether the band is at our ankles, our feet, or our knee, or above our knees, is that we're driving from the hips. So we want our knee to kind of come out with us. So I step off and I step out and I step out. I don't kind of cave in this way or kick out and just reach the ankle out. As I go, I want that whole thing to step out. Another mistake that we see is kind of what I call the waddle. So as people go out, their shoulders will go the opposite direction that they're trying to head. So if I'm going to the right, this kind of happens, this move right here. This step is just a compensation again. So we're just kind of using momentum. What we want to try and do is keep the body straight, upright. Use the back leg. So for this is if I'm going right, it's going to be the left. Use that back leg to drive off of. So I'm going to plant my whole left foot into the ground, and I'm going to use that to drive myself to the right. Drive myself to the right. So that's how we want that to look. I don't want the shoulders to be going in the opposite direction that I'm headed. I want them to come with me. So hips and shoulders stay together as I drive in the direction. Let's talk about feet real quick. So when we're in this, we want that whole foot to be planted on the ground. We don't want to be on the outside edges of your feet or up on the balls of the foot, but we want to be planted. So if you see my position, my knees are kind of almost directly over my ankles and my hips are sitting back. My target area is these two sides of my hips or my glutes right here. That's where I want to feel it. In order for those to work, tummy has to be strong, feet have to be planted into the floor. So I'm going to feel this whole left foot plant into the floor, belly strong, so that before I even step off with my right foot there, I can feel this whole left side firing. And then that's what I'm going to use to kick myself out. That's what I'm going to use to step myself out. Last little trick, I train most of my clients with the band around the arches because it takes care of a lot of things that we just went over without me having to say a whole lot. So if the band is around the arches, we get a lot more hip recruitment up top. It also helps you plant the whole foot on the floor. It also helps you keep the feet straight because we don't want that turn out or turn in of the foot either. So try this next time. So band around the arches, planting into that left foot. I can feel this whole posterior chain in the back working. Core strong, shoulders and hips are going to drive over to the right. Drive over to the right. Drive over to the right. If this is appropriate for you, try this method. You might have to go down a band or two. It's a lot harder, especially if you've been doing this above the knees, but it's a nice variation to try that will get you more out of your reps.